Hello, I am Rajashri speaking to you. I am here to express few of my ideas regarding learning English language. Everybody today wants to learn English. They want to have fluency in speaking English. But it is quite difficult for the students of Kannada speaking or some other languages. Only because this English language is considered as a foreign language and it is learnt by many of the students as a second language. We can learn our mother tongue in a very easy manner, whereas it becomes difficult for us to learn second language, that is English. Language is taught to us in a peculiar manner, I can say, because whenever one wants to learn a language, take for example mother tongue. Mother tongue, we are exposed to our mother tongue naturally, and beginning we learn some words and then we try to construct some sentences and then we speak. Whereas English is becomes very difficult for us to learn only because we learn it after certain age. That is, when we go to the schools, we are exposed to English, and we don't have the such English atmosphere for us to learn English. One language can be learned. To tell you about basic things of language learning, there are 4 skills of learning English language or any other language. They are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. First of all, one has to listen to the language. Then one has to try to speak it out. Then comes reading, and at last comes writing. But in schools and colleges, what is done to the students? Students are first advised to write a language, then they are asked to read it, then speaking is neglected, whereas listening is also neglected. There is a proverb in English: one who is a good listener can become a good speaker. To learn English language, practice of listening is a must. One has to listen to the words or sentences or to the story, whatever it is, again and again. For example, nowadays we have many advantages of using telephones or cell phones, you can say. Once we have to speak to ourselves, then we can converse our ideas into English. Whenever we listen to English, we try to translate it into our mother tongue. That is the difficulty with the students nowadays. Only by practicing to the listening, we can learn so much. At the primary stage, one has to listen to the language repeatedly. Take for example, we sing different songs only because we listen to it again and again. And language can be learnt by imitation. Imitation means it is by practicing, looking at others' language, we try to speak like them. That is the reason we have to listen to the language, and afterwards comes reading. Reading, repeatedly read the things again and again. When we read it, and we can improve our vocabulary. Vocabulary helps us to understand English. And Indians have the capacity of learning 5 to 6 languages, and we can use that capacity of learning language. And English is very simple language according to me. Comparing to other languages, English has only 26 alphabet, whereas in Kannada, take for example in Kannada, there are so many alphabet. And you can say Vattakshara and etc., Dirgha and all. But that is in English only 26 alphabet are there. We can learn it very easily. That is why English is accepted as international languages. If you go to some other countries, the other people of other countries also speak their own language, but they also learn English as a second language. And English is quite different from our mother tongue. I will give you the example of Kannada. Whereas one example I'll give you today, that is, take for example one sentence in Kannada, Ramanu Chendannu Esedanu. In the sentence, Rama is the subject, Chendanu is the object, Esedanu verb. So in this manner we can subject, object and verb. This is the pattern of Kannada sentence. If we ask the students to translate it into English, they translate it in a peculiar manner, in the words as they are in Kannada. Rama throw ball. Ball throw, they say like this. But that is the difficulty in learning Kannada and English. So verb comes first in English, means in English Rama threw the ball. Rama is the subject, threw is the verb, and ball is the object which comes at the end. But translation, while we make translation, we commit such mistakes, and that is why English is becoming quite difficult for the students to learn. So, and again, about the pronunciation. Some words are pronounced in a different manner in English, so it becomes difficult for the students to learn English. Only by learning, practicing the language skills, as I told you now, listening, speaking, reading and writing. First try to listen to the language. Go on listening to English language, then you try to speak, and then you can read, and then lastly you can write English. Listening and speaking, reading are the receptive skills, means which help you to receive knowledge. How do you receive knowledge? Means we are listening to somebody's talk, we are watching television, and by that we receive the knowledge. Whereas if you fail to listen to, then we can go to the library or we read books. By listening and reading, one receives the knowledge, and after receiving the knowledge, one has to express the ideas or the knowledge. How do you express your language or knowledge? Means by speaking, and if not by speaking, we write the things in the examination, and we can tell others that how talented we are. So all these skills should be practiced in a particular manner. Then only we can learn English. So comparing to all other languages in the world, English is the very simple and easy language to learn, and everybody today wants to become fluent in learning or speaking English. Fluency means we have to talk it without any disturbance. In Kannada, fluency means nirargalate. So we can talk easily only by practicing the skills in a particular manner. And also, one example I can give you, language is such that it is just like we can compare it to driving a car. A person can drive a car only by knowing about the steering, brake, clutch, etc. He can drive a car, but he will be not having the knowledge of all the parts of the car and how it works. But then also he can drive a car, and that is how we can practice. By practicing, we can also speak fluent English. And there are many people say that to know the language, grammar is a must. But if a person goes on reading books about swimming, he reads books about swimming, he will be having the knowledge of theory. But when he jumps into water, if he fails to swim, because he is having only theoretical knowledge but not practical one. In the same manner, if you don't have the grammar, having some knowledge about grammar and some basic techniques or the structures of sentences, one can practice talking English very fluently by practicing for about 3 months or 6 months, like that. And even it is only thing we have to keep in mind, that English is not at all a difficult language to learn comparing to other languages. It is very simple. Only we have to learn some alphabet and also some grammar points or some important basic structures of constructing sentences. We can talk in a particular better manner, and this is my idea. In the next class, I will give you some other ideas about grammar and how we can develop our speaking skills. Thank you.